Hi, today I'm just going to do a little video about my new bullet journal, and I'm also going to show you a couple of paintings that I've finished. Now, bullet journaling is just something I've discovered recently. I've been thinking about that I want to get more organised and achieve more. So I found bullet journaling online, read a few blogs and watched quite a few YouTube videos by different people. My main inspiration really for starting has to be Boho Berry, and I'll put a link to her YouTube. I decided to use this brand of notebook. I actually have two, as you can see here. Now, I'm not going to be using two at once. The reason why I have two is I ordered this one online, the dotted, which I actually prefer. But I also bought this one locally because I went into my local WH Smith store and they had these reduced to £2. So I just couldn't resist because I love purple, and I thought then I could use the emerald one next year and start off this year with the lilac one here, which is lined. So I'll just do you a quick flip through. So we start off with the contents page, which obviously there'll be more added to it as I go along. Then we go to the key, and I have seen a few variations of these, but this is the one I decided to go for. And then I've also put in the full year's calendar there. I've also highlighted the Sundays because I just like to have them highlighted. We are nearly on May, it's May tomorrow, but I still wanted the full 12 months there. After that, I go to the future log and the brain dump. Again, very heavily influenced, well, basically it's what I saw Boho Berry do on some of her earlier videos, although I do know she has changed her system after this, but this is just something I thought would work for me. So yeah, I've covered lots of my stuff up because you don't really need to see that. So basically, a future log, I've got 3 months worth of just things I need to achieve or events for those months. And then on the brain dump, it's just basically stuff you want to get done sometime but you're not quite sure when. So you can just refer back to this one and then pop it into your pages or your weeks when you're ready. After that, we've got my books page and my May tracker. So this is just going to be a list of books that I'm sort of currently reading and want to read. I also have some different pages to do with books at the back of my journal, which I'll show you in a minute. My May tracker, again, I've covered part of that up because you don't really need to know what I'm tracking. I just thought these trackers were a really good idea because it just helps you see what you're doing on what days and maybe what things you need to address. So I thought that was a really good idea. And the thing I like about the bullet journal system is it's completely customized to you because you're doing it. It's not like a pre-printed thing. You are sort of creating it, so you're in charge, and as you go along you can add things in, you can take things out, just find whatever works for you. And no doubt my bullet journal system is going to change as time progresses, so that'll be quite interesting. So anyway, after the tracker and my books page, I have an ordered waiting for page and a to buy and need want page. So I just thought it'd be really useful to track things that I've ordered, because sometimes you kind of forget what you have ordered, especially if it's coming from abroad. And then I can have like the date arrived, and also I suppose it can also help you avoid ordering from anywhere if you've had a particular problem with a particular supplier. Right, on here, yeah, it's to buy, need, want, and anything they actually do need that's not just something I want is going to have a star next to it. And then we get on to the month of May. This is my May spread, and again inspired by Boho Berry, well, pretty much a copy of one of the setups she was doing earlier on. And you've got all day, so you can write what's happening all day, say if there's a birthday or something. And then morning, you've got a space for morning and a space for evening, goals and to do, I've put there, and then I've put deadlines because I need to have the deadlines in there. Then we get on to a weekly spread, although it's actually 8 days because I've got both the Sundays in. Again, you've got time specific, day specific on there. So like time specific, certain appointments that day, day specific might be birthdays. I've also popped in review, which I thought was a good idea, because I'm going to basically review at the end of the week and then put any notes or anything I still need to get done, which I can then migrate into the next week or sometime later in the month. And then I just start on my dailies, and I have also again got the little month tracker there, because I thought that was a handy thing to have, and I just like that. And then it goes to the 8th, and then at the end it goes to expenses. I used to be really good at tracking what I spent, but I haven't done that for a long time, so I thought I would track each week what I'm spending. So that's the end of the pages at the front of the book, and then it will just repeat on to another weekly, and then it will get into your dailies after the 8th. So I'll just flip to the back and show you what I've got in there. I've got a pen test page, which all the people I've seen doing bullet journaling seem to have. It's quite handy because then you can see basically how stuff writes on the paper and if there's any bleed through. And the only one that was really a problem for me was the Sharpie Ultrafine, which did bleed a bit through to the back of the page, but everything else has been fine. I mean, you get a little bit of ghosting, but that's no problem. The next page is sketchbook inventory, because I buy a lot of sketchbooks and then I forget what I've got. So I'll write down like the brand of the sketchbook, the size and how many I've got, and that will stop me buying more that I don't need. And then we've got art and creativity books to read or to reread. And again, I'm going to do a full list down here of books I've got that I either want to reread or that I've bought that I need to read. And then I can also kind of rate them, what I thought to them. And if I'm not that keen, I can pass them on to somebody else who would appreciate them. And then I've got one here that says self-help books to read, but that's going to be all sorts. It's going to be kind of motivational books. And I also bought a book about cleaning, which was another one Boho Berry mentioned in the start of her videos. So I thought that'd be quite good to have there and just track them and rate them. And then the last page is art supplies and techniques to try, which sometimes I sort of see techniques and then I think I want to try them and then I forget all about it, or I buy an item and then I forget I've got it. So this way I can track things. I can see, oh yeah, that's something I want to try, and then I can sort of say how it worked out for me and, you know, whether that I'm not going to keep using it. And if it's an item that I maybe don't like, then I can pass it on or sell it. So that's the end of that. I'll very quickly show you my paintings because I don't think I've got much left recording time on here. So this is a small one, is on wood panel with acrylics. There we go. And then this larger one here is on canvas. And I am working on a couple more canvases at the moment that are a lot larger than this. So I'll show you those when I get them done. And that's about it for today. So thank you very much for watching. Sorry about the dodgy camera skills, but I have no tripod because I have a very, very small space. Very, very small because it's actually on my landing. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you. Goodbye.